Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bulletcast on the Sports Recreation Podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, Philip Antoine. I am the reigning, defending Bulletcast champion, and I am the podfather. I have on the line Canadian Destroyer. How's it going there, guy?
It's going great.
Is it really?
It's going fantastic. Happy Friday. Happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day.
It's a splendid time right now.
It really is. All right, so we'll get into this performance-enhancing audio, episode 56, Monday Night Rollins. We're going to get into that, of course, when we do our Raw recap. But for outside of the ring, CM Punk teases an all-in appearance.
I mean, I said when this was first announced a couple months ago, that if they want to sell out a 10,000-seater, the perfect place is in Chicago with CM Punk headlining, and it makes perfect sense. CM Punk can do whatever he wants in terms of, who he wants to wrestle. He doesn't have to go back to WWE, and it's a great fit. If CM Punk really does want to go back.
Yeah, because on Twitter, he and Matt Jackson were going back and forth, and then he put out a tweet that said, recently people have been asking me if I'm in one of two, and then the second tweet he puts up is that he's in, and then of course it was a Chicago Cubs, everybody or everything in logo or graphic, so really just kind of trolling the IWC.
And it's always fun, trolling. Trolling's always fun.
Yes, it is. All right, some really shocking news. JEFFJARRETT. Jeff Jarrett is going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Shocking, I guess, just because he's kind of been on the outs with WWE since like 1999, since when he left his second time.
Yeah, left. He was an Intercontinental Champion. They held Vince up for $250,000. Went over to WCW. Vince bought it out, and he was the one guy that didn't come over in that buyout. Vince fired him live on TV, and then he went off and co-created TNA with his father. Held every championship in the company for what reason we don't know why. Yeah, I mean Jeff Jarrett, has he had lineage in wrestling? Sure, yeah. But like, is he like worthy of a Hall of Fame, of an actual Hall of Fame? Like, no. WWE's credentials, sure.
Wait a minute. Now the tables have turned, because last week I said Ivory shouldn't be in a real Hall of Fame, and now I think Jeff Jarrett should be in a real Hall of Fame just because he did start up TNA. It's not the best company in the world. He had an iconic run as a mid-carder with that country singer gimmick.
I mean, Jeff Jarrett, I will give him that. Like, TNA has given us AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, Eric Young. He's given us guys like that. That's fine. But as far as like really, what did he do? He laid down for Hogan. He started hitting women over the head with a guitar.
So hold on, who's more deserving of a Hall of Fame spot, Ivory or Jeff Jarrett?
In WWE sense, both. I mean, what are their like credentials? Like, how do you get in? Because like,
I mean, the go-to
Mike
thing
Tyson's
is
in there, some Snoop Dogg's in there. Like,
whoa. Are you downplaying Mike Tyson being a WWE Hall of Famer?
Hey man, I can't remember who said it. I think it was Roddy Piper. The only people who should be in the Hall of Fame are the men and women who laced up a pair of boots and went out there and got in the ring and went toe to toe. Now, I mean, like Conor the Crusher, that kid who had cancer and died. That's heartwarming. I'll allow that one to be in the Hall of Fame. I'll allow something like that. But like, hell, Snooki's probably going to go in the Hall of Fame. She had a match at WrestleMania. Like stuff like that. Like, Snoop Dogg, I love him. I love his music. In the WWE Hall of Fame, what did he really do? He clotheslined Chavo Guerrero, made an appearance at WrestleMania 26 and 24. That's really it. He
But I'm going back to Mike Tyson. You don't think Mike Tyson should be in the Hall of Fame? He's like one of the reasons why WWF won the war against WCW, that thing with him and Stone Cold.
He pushed Stone Cold and then punched Shawn Michaels. I mean, Tyson, one of the greatest boxers of all time, hands down. But like in the Hall of Fame, I don't know.
I'm not saying a real Hall of Fame. I'm saying WWE Hall of Fame.
Well,
He is like
the
most
Hall of Fame,
iconic. He's like the most iconic celebrity in terms of actually doing something with business. Like, yes, LT did main event WrestleMania, but I think Mike Tyson did a better job of drawing money than LT did.
I mean, like once 2010 hit, they just started throwing people in there, you know. I don't know. I'm like WWE. I don't know what their credentials are to get in the Hall of Fame, but Mike Tyson's in there. He had a historic moment. Sure, he can be in there. Okay, cool. But like, it's probably really a really long debate for another time. But all in all, Jeff Jarrett, he is going in the WWE Hall of Fame. Is this just to get the TNA tape library, or what are we doing?
I think it's more of the guy. There's always that one guy who they reconcile with, and it's like he has to come back and kiss Vince McMahon's ass and talk about how great WWE is. So I think this is he kind of fits that character.
Oh yeah, I mean, over the years, Hunter's fixed relationships. He did it with Sammartino and Warrior and Goldberg and stuff like that. So it's interesting. Jeff Jarrett, he'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
I'm interested into seeing what his speech is going to be like.
So am I. Do you think somebody was saying that this is all for Jason Jordan to avenge Jeff Jarrett taking credit of his wife?
I do not think they will bring that up.
I don't want to see that. I mean, Jeff Jarrett, the king of the mountain, you know? All right, the last little bit of outside of the ring. Apollo Crews is no longer Apollo Crews. He's just Apollo because of the shooting that happened in Parkland, Florida a few weeks back. The gunman's last name was Crews. It was spelled differently, but of course, WWE wants to shy away from that, so Apollo Crews is now just Apollo. And Terry Crews, the actor comedian, he said, "Finally, I had Crews first. You know, I'm glad I got my name back." So it's been an interesting topic as of late.
I think it's dumb that they took the Apollo Crews' name away just because of the gunman. Like, I mean, they do with so many other people. They do with Rusev, Cesaro, Big E, Neville. It's just. I mean, I kind of understand why they did it. I just think it's really stupid. Like, I mean, eventually it's just going to be, his name's Apollo, and it's not going to be a big deal anymore. Kind of like Cesaro or Rusev, because like those are kind of the two big ones that were like, really, you're just going to shave a name off and just expect us to just go with it? But it ends up working out.
Yep, we'll see. All right, Brandon, tell me, what is your favorite Elimination Chamber match, and then your favorite pay-per-view that an Elimination Chamber has been involved in?
Well, I mean, we talked about it a couple months ago when we were going over the Survivor Series. I'm going to pick the first ever Elimination Chamber match with Shawn Michaels coming back in those hideous brown pants and winning the world title. That's my favorite Elimination Chamber of all time, just because I have special memories. I had the VHS tape. I ran it into the ground. And then for an Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I mean, the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, because when you said Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I thought you meant just like the actual name Elimination Chamber. But I went back and I couldn't really think of anything like off the top of my head, because usually Elimination Chamber is right before WrestleMania, so nothing really big happens. But I picked 2015, which was not one that happened before WrestleMania. It was in the middle of the year, and that's the one when Kevin Owens defeated John Cena.
Oh.
So I'm going with that one.
All right. Now, my favorite Elimination Chamber match is just like yours. Michaels coming back, winning the world title with those interesting brown-looking tights. It was just childhood memory. I love it. Love Shawn. Love HBK to death. There are kids laughing behind me. I don't know why. Sorry, people I'm at Boys NCS, hoping some of my kids go to state, you know? But moving on, my favorite Elimination pay-per-view, or pay-per-view that has been involved with, I'm going No Way Out 2009. That was a very interesting elimination chamber, two elimination chamber matches actually. The WWE Championship Elimination Chamber, Edge, he walked in as champion, got eliminated, was the first person eliminated. So what does he do later on that night for the World Heavyweight Elimination Chamber match? He knocks out Kofi Kingston, locks himself in a pod, and goes on to become World Heavyweight Champion later that night. WWE and World Heavyweight Champion in the same night. Really, it was a cool moment. I enjoyed it. So that's my pick for favorite pay-per-view that an Elimination Chamber has been involved in.
My 2015 pick, like if you look at the actual Elimination Chamber matches, they're not the best in the world. It's a vacant Intercontinental Championship match and then a Tag Team Championship match. So not even the big titles are on the line, but I look past that because they had the good Kevin Owens John Cena match, and then they had Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in the main event for the WWE title.
Yes. All right, let's get into the Raw recap. Let's talk about that gauntlet match from Monday Night Raw. Of course, Seth Rollins, he goes on to have the best performance out of his that I've seen in a very, very long time. But of course, Strowman won the gauntlet. What are your thoughts about it?
What are my thoughts about it? There's just so many things to talk about coming out of this match. This is like one of my favorite Raws in a long time. I'm always harping on any that treat wrestling like it's a sport. They treated it like it was a sport. They had like sports interviews before with Roman Reigns, and then in between or during the matches, they had the losers talk about the match, like John Cena. It's a little windy out. It's a little windy out there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So John Cena cuts one of the best promos of his career, honestly. It's very interesting. He talks about how everyone knows he's balancing so many things, that Seth Rollins has to only focus on wrestling, and that's the reason why he won. Seth Rollins, as you said, had one of the best performances of his career. And that John Cena-Seth Rollins match, probably the best WWE match of the year so far.
I mean, it was awesome. I mean, he and Roman had a nice one for a cool 30 minutes, but I mean, let's really look at what happened. Seth Rollins pinned John Cena and Roman Reigns in the same night. And I immediately thought of back when, Jericho pinned Rock and Austin in the same night. Not necessarily on the same levels, but like it's still two pretty big moments for Seth Rollins. It was amazing.
And you can use that because we all know Roman Reigns is going to win the Elimination Chamber and go on to main event WrestleMania and beat Brock Lesnar. You can go back and circle back to this night and have Rollins kind of be like, hey, I beat you at the gauntlet match, so then you give me a shot at that title, and then it just all makes sense. Like, everything in this match made sense. It made sense that Elias beats Seth. It kind of puts over Elias more, puts over his finisher more, and then Finn comes out, beats Elias, and Miz cheats to win, and then Braun kills everybody. It just made total booking sense all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, he was in the match for an hour and 5 minutes, and the fact that this match took 2 hours of Raw was really, really interesting to me. Because like every time I went to commercial, I can't wait to see what happens next, And then I realized, there's only just an hour left. That's awesome.
And the ratings held up.
Oh, they were
very good for this show.
They really, really were. This was something special. I enjoyed it. So many stories, can be told out of this, going into Elimination Chamber and really coming out of it. But my question is, let's say, I'll wait for that. Quiet, sorry about that, folks. Let's say Ben, what if he wants to shake it up? I know this will throw a lot of stuff in chaos, but let's say, what if Roman doesn't win the chamber? Let's say Seth's performance kind of swayed Vince's decision on where he wants to go. Then of course you're going to be like, well, what does Roman do and stuff like that? I wouldn't know, but do you think there's any possibility that could happen?
And when I was watching the match, especially the John Cena match, I was just thinking like, man, Seth Rollins is really over right now. This was a great performance. Will this sway Vince's decision? No. He's going to be dead set on pushing Roman to the moon. But I think it kind of verifies that Seth is a really big star. He's a wrestler. I hope this means he wrestles with Ronda Rousey in that mixed tag match because there's nothing really open for him. Everyone's kind of just set in stone. It's really the Ronda Rousey tag match that's kind of up in the air of who's going to team with her. And I hope Seth gets that spot because it's kind of a big deal. He can go around on the media circuit and kind of impress because I've seen him. He does sports shows sometimes. I've seen him do talk shows like that, and he's really entertaining, a nice guy. So hopefully he gets that spot because I don't think, as much as I would like it to be Brock and Seth in the main event, maybe a triple threat match, but I don't think that's going to happen, and I don't really like triple threat matches to begin with. But that's the team up with Ronda.
Yes, well, after the gauntlet match, Asuka, she gets attacked by Nia Jax. Just kind of really putting the finishing touches on setting up that match for this Sunday. Titus Worldwide, they defeat the Bar, so that's interesting. Shout out Titus Worldwide.
Yes, that Asuka promo, not very good. I don't know if she just forgot her lines, if she didn't know how to translate.
I mean, she barely speaks English, you know.
I know. That's why last week when they had that great sports-like package by the numbers, just hyping her up, that was like the best thing you can do for Asuka because she's not as good as an English speaker like Shinsuke is.
Yeah.
So you can't rely on her cutting a promo, even though Shinsuke can't cut a great English promo either. But like she just kind of looked lost out there, and luckily there wasn't really, the crowd didn't like chant anything bad at her. But
yeah, and then after that there was the 6-woman tag with Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, and Absolution and Alexa Bliss. How'd you feel about that?
It was a match. I think everyone's kind of tired after the gauntlet match. They just kind of threw this out there as the main event, and it sets up the storyline of everybody kind of being in pairs going into the Elimination Chamber. So maybe one pair kind of betrays the other, and that's how the winner is decided.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into these predictions for the Elimination Chamber. So we have Woken Matt Hardy going up against Bray Wyatt.
Is this for the Bullet Cast Championship, or are you just going to back out of this one? Like you did for the Super Bowl.
It's not for the championship, no. My new Chris Bullet Cast title will be Wrestling at Home, you know?
Whatever.
All right. So Hardy versus Wyatt. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt.
Really?
I will go with Bray Wyatt. I don't really have a good explanation because they haven't really been doing much with either one of them in terms of their storyline. It's just kind of they talk nonsense back and forth.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Bray Wyatt.
I'll go Hardy. You know, they might do the usual thing where Bray eats a pin. The Eater of Worlds is going to eat the 1, 2, 3. Yeah? I'll go that route.
Okay.
All right. Now Asuka versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax wins. What is it? She gets added to the match, or she gets Asuka's spot, or what's the stipulation for that?
She gets added into the match. Well, they kind of backed off. They were kind of saying that it's in the Raw match, but now they kind of backtracked and said it's just whatever match Asuka's in.
Wow. Asuka wins.
I mean, Asuka better win because if they have Nia Jax win, like the worst possible case scenario is like Nia Jax wins and they put her in the match for the Raw Championship, and then Asuka backs out and says, "Oh, I didn't pick her. I'm going to go for SmackDown," which I don't think does anybody any good. But I hope they are smart enough not to do that. But I think Asuka's going to win.
I think Asuka will win also. All right, the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Alexa Bliss defends against Mickie James, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. You got?
I think Alexa Bliss is going to sneak out of this with the championship, leading to Nia Jax against Alexa Bliss at Mania. I think Alexa Bliss, you know, I love her, but she's not the best wrestler. But I think I'm not big on kind of deserving participation trophies, but she has been doing good work, and she does deserve that spot at WrestleMania. If there is only like 3 singles women's matches, she definitely should be in one of them.
Let me fantasy book here. Nia, she does the job for Asuka. She's upset. Let's say Bailey's making her way to the ring in the women's elimination chamber match, and she pulls the edge, knocks her out, and locks herself in the pod.
That's dumb. That doesn't make it. Why would a babyface GM of Kurt Angle allow this to happen?
I don't know. Why did Edge from SmackDown jump into a Raw match? We don't know.
I think that's stupid too, but I didn't want to bury your favorite Elimination Chamber pick.
Well, anyway, I'm picking Bliss. I think she just walks out the chamber with the championship. Something else for her to brag about.
Do we get the Sasha Banks heel turn that everyone is predicting?
Possibly, Bailey eliminates her, Sasha could cause Bailey.
We'll see.
We shall see. All right, Ronda Rousey will be signing her Raw. God damn. Sorry. Rousey will be signing her WWE deal at Elimination Chamber. How do you think that's going to go?
I think Stephanie is definitely going to be there. They're going to shoot an angle. I don't think anybody's going to touch each other. We'll probably get some sort of stare down. Like Stephanie. Well, I don't think Stephanie's going to tower. I mean, it's Stephanie. You don't know what she's going to do. If she's going to try to put herself over, because apparently this whole move is just to make Stephanie a bigger star. So I just hope that they don't put Stephanie in her 5-inch heels and she towers over Ronda, and Ronda has to kind of back down a little bit. But they're definitely going to shoot some sort of. They're not just going to have contract signings in WWE. They don't go swimmingly. Something has to happen.
They turn into a Pier 6 brawl.
Yes.
All right. Now, I don't know if this is the main event, but this is the last thing on this rundown. The men's elimination chamber match. Winner gets the beast at WrestleMania for the Universal title. The architect, Seth Rollins. The most must-see Intercontinental Champion, The Miz. Finn Balor. The Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. I Walk with Elias. The franchise, John Cena. And the big dog, Roman Reigns. Roman.
As much as I wish it was Seth Rollins or Finn Balor,
yeah,
it's going to be Roman Reigns.
We know. It's Roman. It's big dog. God, all these vehicles are pissing me off.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So, Big Dog, he's getting the opportunity. All right, we're doing the SmackDown recap now. AJ Styles cuts a promo, Baron Corbin interrupts, and then a match gets set up between those two later on that night. And then we move on to Kevin Owens defeating Dolph Ziggler with a little help from Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I mean, AJ Styles with that terrible joke about the boil on Kevin Owens' back was terrible.
It didn't hit like they thought it would. Let's stop scripting promos and let's let these guys go out there and just talk.
Well, kind of like the Raw backstage promos they had during the Gauntlet match. Even though they might have been scripted, they were scripted quite nicely, to where it seemed like they were really talking from the heart. Yeah,
it was very interesting. All right, and then we go on for Jinder Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton have a segment, which was something.
This was hot garbage.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening.
Hot garbage. I praised Jinder last week, and I retract all the praise that I said. It's all gone.
I'll praise Jinder this week. Go on Sam Roberts' podcast. He was on there this week. Great listen. But yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of just throwing me off. Like, what the hell are we doing? And Bobby needs to get rid of this glorious thing. You've been saying it for weeks or months. You can't be glorious with being a face.
Oh, so now you're jumping on my bandwagon?
I mean, I never really said it, but I was like, I've always thought like, yeah, this just isn't, I'm not feeling it anymore,
It's okay. I was right.
I mean, I never said you were wrong.
But you never said I was right.
Yes, I mean, the song's cool and all, so let's get away from that. Let's try something different, All right, moving on from that, the Riot Squad defeat Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Naomi.
It makes sense. They're building up to Charlotte Ruby Riott match. Probably a fast one.
What is that? What is it? Why? Why is that happening?
Well, I mean, Ruby Riott, her name is in the Riott Squad, and she's the best wrestler out of the three. It'll probably be a decent match. They just haven't built up Riott as any threat, which...
I mean, there are others down in NXT that are way more ready than Ruby Riott, like an Ember Moon or a Nikki Cross or a Peyton Royce or a Billie Kay. Something like, I don't know.
Ruby Riott more deserving than Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are.
Yeah. Also, quick sidebar about the Iconic Duo. The reason why they were not in the Rumble is because they got some enhancements. Moving on from that, the New Day defeats Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Poor Gable and Benjamin. I love them so much, but they just keep losing, and the tag team division in SmackDown is a hot mess right now. It's the Usos going up against the New Day for the fuck. Like, it seems like the 100th time. Hey, shut up! Stupid dog.
I mean, the match would be good, obviously. I know that. It's just like, we saw this all of last year, you know?
I know. But obviously they're probably building towards that Bludgeon Brothers Usos match at WrestleMania. Which I'm not anticipating very much, but it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah. Shout out Kofi Kingston rocking the what was the character's name? Killmonger? That hairdo from Black Panther. Shout out Kofi
Do it for the culture.
Yes. Wakanda forever. All right, and AJ Styles goes on to defeat Baron Corbin.
Good for AJ Styles. He better be beating Baron Corbin.
Yep.
No Shinsuke on the show again.
Yeah, what the hell are they doing with that?
I mean, as terrible as SmackDown's been the past couple weeks, I'm okay with keeping Shinsuke off the show because hopefully once Fastlane's over, just build up that AJ Shinsuke match, and hopefully SmackDown can be a little better now.
Yeah. All right. Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got?
I mean, is it anybody but Seth Rollins? It can't be anybody else.
It's really not. I mean, I said AJ Styles may be the closest to the second coming of Shawn Michaels, but then Seth reminded me that he's in that conversation as well with that performance from Monday night.
Yes, and I've had my doubts about him being a babyface in terms of being kind of sympathetic, but he's great. Yeah,
but of course I would like him to be heel again.
I just hope if this rumor of Roman and Rollins coming out of WrestleMania is true, I hope it's not a heel turn of Rollins, because he's doing so good finally getting past his heel turn, and now it seems like he's on the right track.
Yep.
And
yeah, I would love to see more of Rollins reign. I was listening to somebody's podcast, I forgot who it was. Could that be the equivalent of is Seth the Austin to Roman's Rock?
No, because when Rock and Austin would face off, it would do huge business, and the world would stop to watch that match, and that's not going to happen with these two.
I'm talking about as far as rivalry, or the Orton to a Cena, or the Cena to an Edge. Are they on those lines with each other?
No, because with these rivalries, you can see them on even playing field, but we all know Roman is the big dog, and he is the top guy, and everyone else it's like John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and then there's a fall off from there in terms of importance in Vince McMahon's eyes.
Yep, top dog. You're right. All right, Black Power ranking. Let's get through this one. I gotta get back inside. Number 3, the Velveteen Dream. Nice match on NXT this past week. Nice promo as well. I really hope they have a really good storyline for him moving forward. I mean, his stuff with Aleister Black, that was very good, and his thing with Castrosano at the previous takeover, that was something interesting. Let's hope they got something for the Dream. All right, number 2, the New Day. Great performance on SmackDown. Very interesting match. over beating Gable and Benjamin. And there's another truck. Fantastic.
I told you to do it on porta potty. You didn't listen to me.
Honestly, like, the porta potties were taken. I'm sorry. I apologize to the people. I apologize a lot, okay? Where was I? Yes, New Day beating Gable and Benjamin. Great match. Even the pop culture references with the Black Panther movie. Very, very entertaining. And number one, Titus Worldwide beating the Bar, beating the tag team champion. Could this be the start of a... Do you think they could take the straps off the Bar?
I mean, maybe, but I just wish they put one, like they put the tag team division on one show and put the women's division on the other show, because right now, especially the tag team division is very evident on both sides. They're just so weak. If you would just combine them, they would be a decent tag team division.
You're right. I've been an advocate for that as well. That'd be something very interesting. All right.
We didn't talk about it, but they're cutting back all the dual branded pay-per-views, and now they're just gonna, yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah,
there's just going to be one pay-per-view a month, and that's better for the people who get wrestled out. That's
which
better.
I do get wrestled out, because especially when there's a pay-per-view every other week.
I mean,
just gets too much, especially when it's like just mediocre pay-per-views.
I don't think I've ever been wrestled out in my life, but it's not for me. It's for millions and millions of other people.
For me.
Okay. I mean, pay-per-view every week, I wouldn't be mad at that either. But moving on from all of that, we can break it down at another time, because we're running kind of long, and I need to hop back inside. Promo pick of the week.
When we're back in the studio.
When we're back in the studio, yes, absolutely. Promo pick of the week, Ron Killings runs down the Authority in TNA. This was August 14th of 2002. This was when R-Truth was really at his best. He was NWA champion over there in TNA during that time period, and he could really go. WWE, they never really showcased any of that, which is a travesty amongst all. All right, and the match pick of the week, Booker T defeats Scott Steiner for the WCW World Title on Monday Nitro, March 26, 2001. It's that famous scene of Booker T winning on the last Nitro, WCW Nitro. Great stuff, really great stuff. You can follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram, The Bulletcast, YouTube channel, The Bulletcast, Facebook, Bulletcast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play. We're all over the damn place. Brandon, any thoughts, comments, concerns, questions?
Are we doing an after show for Elimination Chamber?
Of course, there will be an instant analysis for the Elimination Chamber, because that's setting up some big things for the Raw brand, and we got to talk about the big dog going over.
You never know. Something might happen. Maybe Rollins pulls it out. Maybe Vince sees the light. It's like, you know what? People like Seth more than they like Roman. We're going to put Seth in the main event.
I could see John winning this also. Him claiming if he doesn't win, he doesn't have a road to WrestleMania,
Well, I saw Undertaker doing some heavy squats. I think Undertaker might be coming back. Maybe we see him at Elimination Chamber.
John and Nikki versus Michelle and Taker. I'm calling it here.
Okay. I mean, you going to put the title on the line for that prediction?
Oh, I mean, no, of course. The title will be on the line at WrestleMania. I'm a prize predictor.
So you're like Brock Lesnar.
Of course, I put it on the line for the big things, for the big shows. No, but seriously, thank you guys for listening to this episode. Happy Chinese New Year. It's the year of the dog, the big dog.
My year.
Yes. All right, Brandon, anything else you want to say?
No, just happy Rusev Day and goodbye and good night, everybody. Toodles.
All right. See you later there, guy.
Okay, bye-bye.